The story of Hampton Court Palace begins not with a king, but with a vision, a dream of unparalleled magnificence. It all started with Cardinal Thomas Wolsey, a butcher's son who, through sheer intellect and ambition, rose to become Lord Chancellor to Henry VIII. He was a man of immense power and influence. Ambitious and extraordinarily wealthy, Wolsey needed a residence to match his towering power and status, a place that would reflect his importance on the world stage. He envisioned a place to impress royalty, both domestic and foreign, and to conduct affairs of state with unparalleled grandeur. In 1514 he began transforming a quiet, unassuming manor by the tranquil Thames into a palace of unprecedented scale and opulence, a project that would consume vast resources and manpower. Wolsey's vision was bold, elegant red brick courtyards, designed to inspire awe, grand staterooms fit for banquets and diplomatic gatherings, and opulent private apartments showcasing the latest in comfort and luxury. He imported the finest tapestries from across Europe, stained glass and the most exquisite stone, and even installed advanced sanitation systems, a testament to his commitment to comfort and hygiene, which was rare for the time. Hundreds of skilled craftsmen worked tirelessly day and night, creating vast kitchens capable of feeding hundreds, and ambitious plans for magnificent gardens, designed to rival those of kings. Hampton Court was meticulously designed to dazzle and impress, a cardinal's court that rivaled any in Europe, a statement of his power and influence, and perhaps, some whispered, even surpassed the king's own residences in terms of sheer magnificence. But such unparalleled splendor inevitably drew suspicion and envy. As the palace grew, reaching ever higher towards the sky, so did whispers and hushed conversations at court. Was Wolsey, in his ambition, outshining the king himself? The palace, with its imposing towers and sprawling grounds, became a potent symbol of his soaring ambition, and an inevitable target for royal envy, a dangerous game to play in the Tudor court. Wolsey's dream home, meticulously built to showcase his immense influence and power, would soon catch the covetous eye of the only man in England more powerful than he, King Henry VIII. The stage was now irrevocably set for a dramatic shift in power and ownership. Hampton Court was poised to become a royal prize, a jewel in the crown of the Tudor dynasty. The palace's destiny, so carefully crafted by Wolsey, would soon be rewritten by the king, its fate hanging in the balance, its walls destined to echo with the ambitions and desires of kings rather than cardinals. Wolsey's enduring legacy was not just in the brick and mortar of this magnificent structure, but also, and perhaps more significantly, in the intense envy and desire it inspired in the heart of his king. The unparalleled grandeur he created, a testament to his power and taste, would ultimately outlive his own personal fortunes and influence. Soon, Hampton Court, this architectural marvel, would dramatically pass from the ambitious hands of a cardinal to the far more powerful and possessive hands of a king, forever altering its destiny. And with that pivotal transfer, its story would irrevocably enter a new, far more turbulent and dramatic chapter in English history. Wolsey's fall from grace was swift, a dramatic reversal of fortune for the once all-powerful cardinal. His failure to secure Henry's annulment, the king's desperate desire, sealed his fate and marked the beginning of the end. In 1528, as Wolsey's power crumbled like a house of cards, Henry VIII, ever the opportunist, seized Hampton Court for himself. The king wasted no time in transforming the palace, launching a massive expansion project, a testament to his ambition and ego. He aimed to make the palace a true symbol of Tudor might, a reflection of his own grandeur. He enlarged the kitchens to cater to his famously extravagant feasts, built luxurious royal apartments fit for a king and his growing court, and added the awe-inspiring Great Hall, a space designed to impress and intimidate. Hampton Court rapidly became the vibrant heart of royal life, a pleasure palace for entertainment and leisure, a fortress secure against any potential threat, and a stage for power where political dramas unfolded. Henry filled it with exquisite tapestries depicting historical and mythological scenes, paintings of himself and his court, showcasing his wealth and status, and lavish furnishings reflecting the opulence of his reign. He was stamping his authority, his personal brand, on every brick and corner of the palace. The red walls, once Wolsey's pride and joy, now proclaimed Henry's absolute dominance and unchallenged rule. The palace's acquisition was far more than a simple property grab. It was a powerful statement, a clear declaration of royal supremacy and unwavering power. Wolsey died disgraced and stripped of his former glory, but his magnificent palace became the grand backdrop for the tumultuous years of Henry's reign. Here within these walls, history was made and unmade, and the echoes of ambition, rivalry and betrayal still linger in the air, whispering tales of a bygone era. Hampton Court was no longer just a palace, a mere residence. It was the very seat of a king's absolute power and authority. Its hallowed halls would witness some of the most dramatic and defining moments of the entire Tudor dynasty. Hampton Court, a magnificent testament to Tudor ambition, was the stage. It was here that Henry VIII's turbulent marriages played out, each queen leaving her own indelible mark on the palace's history. Catherine of Aragon, the steadfast queen, saw the palace's early days, a time of relative peace and prosperity before the storm. Then Anne Boleyn's brief reign glittered with ambition and intrigue, a dazzling but ultimately doomed chapter. Her time at Hampton Court was cut short by her tragic fall from grace. Jane Seymour, the quiet and dutiful queen, finally gave Henry his longed-for son Edward, securing the Tudor line. But tragically, she died just days later, a devastating loss for the king and the kingdom. Some say her ghost, forever searching for her son, is said to haunt the palace still, a whisper in the long corridors. Anne of Cleves's awkward, short-lived marriage, a political alliance gone awry, left little mark on the palace or the king's heart. While Catherine Howard's arrest and desperate flight down the haunted gallery, a frantic attempt to plead for her life became legend. Catherine Parr, Henry's final wife, a woman of intellect and compassion, brought stability and survived the king's volatile moods, outliving him and shaping the future of the royal family. For each queen, Hampton Court was a place of privilege, a gilded cage where they wielded influence and power, and peril, where their fates hung precariously in the balance. It was a place where triumph and tragedy played out in equal measure, shaping the course of English history. The palace's walls absorbed their joys and sorrows, their whispered secrets and their grand pronouncements, their stories woven into its very fabric, becoming an integral part of its identity. Here, royal marriages were celebrated, grand ceremonies filled with pomp and circumstance, and destroyed often with brutal consequences. The drama of Henry's court, with all its passion and intrigue, left an indelible mark on Hampton Court, forever shaping its character. The palace became a living chronicle, a repository of memories and secrets, of love, loss and power, a testament to the human drama that unfolded within its walls. Every corridor whispers of ambition, betrayal, the rise and fall of fortunes and heartbreak, the echoes of lives lived and lost. The legacy of Henry's queens endures, their stories continuing to captivate and intrigue in the palace's haunted halls, where their spirits seem to linger. Their presence lingers, a palpable sense of history and drama, a reminder of the high stakes of Tudor life, where power and love were often intertwined with danger and death. Hampton Court remains a monument to their stories, a place where history comes alive, both glorious and tragic, forever etched in the stones of this magnificent palace. Beyond Hampton Court's walls lies a world of horticultural splendour. Henry VIII shaped the gardens into royal pleasure grounds with privy gardens, knot designs and heraldic beasts. Over centuries, monarchs added their own touches, but William III and Mary II's Baroque transformation was the most dramatic. Formal avenues, parterres and the great fountain garden reflected European grandeur. The famous maze, planted for William III, has delighted visitors for over 300 years. The grapevine, planted in 1768, still produces grapes today, a living link to the past. Today the gardens are a tapestry of history, from restored privy gardens to the tranquil wilderness. They were designed for leisure, display and escape from courtly pressures. Visitors can lose themselves in centuries of horticultural artistry. The gardens remain a vital part of Hampton Court's allure. They offer a living, breathing connection to the palace's royal past. When William III and Mary II took the throne in 1689, they sought to modernise Hampton Court. The Tudor palace seemed outdated, so they enlisted Sir Christopher Wren to create a British Versailles. Wren's plans were bold, demolishing much of the old palace and building grand Baroque apartments. The king's and queen's apartments dazzled with carvings, murals and fine furnishings. Funding woes and Mary's untimely death slowed progress, leaving the palace a striking blend of Tudor and Baroque. The King's Staircase and Cartoon Gallery showcased royal patronage and artistic ambition. William enjoyed his new apartments and the formal gardens, but the full vision was never realised. Today, Hampton Court's contrasting styles tell a story of changing tastes and royal dreams. The palace stands as a testament to both ambition and adaptation. Its hybrid architecture is a unique legacy of two eras colliding. After William III's death, Hampton Court's role as a royal residence faded. Queen Anne finished the Queen's State apartments, but royal focus shifted to other palaces. The Hanoverian kings, George I and II, used Hampton Court for summer retreats and courtly gatherings. The Georgian rooms marked the last major royal additions. George II was the last monarch to live here. His successors preferred Windsor and Kew. The palace's grand halls fell quiet, its fires rarely lit. Hampton Court entered a period of neglect, its days as a power centre over, yet its history was far from finished. The palace awaited a new purpose and new residents. Its walls, once echoing with royal decrees, now stood silent, holding secrets of a bygone age. A new chapter was about to begin. With the royals gone, Hampton Court became home to Grace and Favour residents. Aristocrats and loyal servants granted rent-free apartments. The grand staterooms remained untouched, while smaller lodgings were divided among the new community. Life here was a mix of faded grandeur and genteel poverty, with tea parties and polite rivalries. The palace became a unique enclave, its residents custodians of stories and legends. Their presence helped preserve the palace, even as it slipped from the national spotlight. For over a century, Hampton Court was a grand, historic apartment complex for the well-connected. This era added a new layer to the palace's history. The echoes of its aristocratic residents linger in its halls. The 19th century brought change. Queen Victoria rarely visited Hampton Court, but saw its potential as a public treasure. In 1838, she opened the palace to the public, free of charge, a revolutionary gesture. Ordinary people could now walk the halls of kings and queens, marvel at the architecture, and stroll the royal gardens. The response was immediate. Crowds flocked to the palace, guidebooks appeared, and railway lines made visits easy. The Grace and Favour residents remained, bemused by the influx of tourists. Victoria's decision democratized Hampton Court, ensuring its survival and relevance. The palace became a place to educate, inspire, and entertain the nation. This act set a precedent for opening other historic sites. Hampton Court was reborn as a national treasure, its doors open to all. Today, Hampton Court Palace captivates visitors with its blend of history, grandeur, and atmosphere. It's not just a museum. Its halls echo with Tudor feasts, royal intrigue, and ghostly legends. Stories of Catherine Howard's haunted gallery and Jane Seymour's sorrowful shade add mystery and romance. The palace houses priceless art, from tapestries to paintings, and showcases a journey from Tudor to Baroque. The gardens, maze, and grapevine offer tranquil beauty and living history. Hampton Court has witnessed 5 centuries of drama, power, and transformation. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of history to fascinate and inspire. Each visit is a step back in time, a chance to discover the palace's secrets and splendours anew.